Picture this. I'm feeding my rescue dogs in my backyard, their wagging tails lighting up my day. Then Karen, the HOA president, reports me for animal abuse, claiming I'm a cruel owner and sicking the cops on me, accusing me of harming my pups. That's not just petty, it's a full-blown declaration of war. Guess who was floored when I revealed I'm an FBI-honored dog rescuer? Karen thought she could smear my name and strut off smug. She didn't know she'd picked a fight with the wrong guy. I didn't just save my dogs. I turned her lie into a truth that shook the whole neighborhood. You're not going to believe how this went down. Karen figured she could frame me as a monster and slip away clean. She had no clue I'd pull my award, rally the block, and make her the villain of her own story. This tale starts with a vicious accusation, twists through a bold stand, and lands with a victory so sweet you'll be cheering. Stick around, because Karen's about to choke on the truth she tried to bury. Let's set you down in Willow Creek, a quiet Illinois suburb where ancient oaks shade tidy lawns. Kids ride bikes till dusk. Porches hum with stories older than the street signs. I'm a retired dog rescuer, 65, more at home fostering pups than glad-handing at HOA barbecues. My wife passed a few years back. Her love for animals was my guide, her laugh my beacon. For decades, I've saved stray dogs, earning an FBI commendation in 2015 for busting a puppy mill ring. My backyard's a haven for rescues. Duke, Bella, and Rusty, 3 months with big hearts. It's not just a yard. It's their sanctuary where they romp and heal, where Scout, my old hound, watches like a proud uncle. Every wag is her warmth. Every bark is my pride, a mission I'd guard with my life. Willow Creek wasn't all tail wags. New money rolled in. McMansions sprouted like weeds. Their gates gleamed brighter than their souls. Enter Karen, HOA president, the self-crowned queen of Willow Creek Estates. She ruled with a clipboard nastier than her perm. She didn't manage. She crushed. Her bylaws choked anything free. Wrong mailbox hue? A $300 fine. Too loud crickets? Warning letter. Clara, my neighbor, got a $400 hit for a tacky birdbath. It had a duck big whoop. Karen's patrols were clockwork. Her SUV prowled at dawn. Her clipboard snapped like a trap, sniffing out joy like a bloodhound on a scent. Willow Creek Estates wasn't a community. It was her empire. Neon notices were her whip. Her smug grin was a wall nobody dared climb. My dogs were her obsession. Playing legally in my yard, zone free, they barked. No HOA rule touched them. I kept low, fostering days, training nights. No fuss. Folks knew me as the dog guy, not a rebel. I liked watching Duke chase balls, Bella nap, Rusty dig, my wife's spirit in their joy. Clara brought treats, loving their tricks, griping Karen's fines. Her mailbox took a $350 hit for chipped green. Jamal, the local carpenter, cursed a $450 smoke fine. His grill was poetry. Rosa, whose roses bloomed like a sunset, paid $500 for excessive petals. Petals? I'd chuckle, knowing my permits outranked Karen's pen. I'd save pups tougher than her. A clipboard was a toy, but Karen's eyes locked on my rescues. She called them neglected once. Her sneer cut deeper than a blade. Neglected? They were my family, my heart. I defend them with every badge in my soul. She sent warnings. Animal cruelty, public nuisance. I fired back with permits, vet records, all clean. Karen didn't care. Her notices stacked up. Each was a jab, daring me to swing. I filed them, rescuers calm holding. Trace the fault, don't spark. But her complaints grew nastier. Her threats sharpened, muttering cops, and worse. To her, I wasn't a neighbor. I was a holdout. My dogs, my wife's legacy, were her target, one she'd cage till they were gone. Karen's war kicked off with a snap. A neon notice was taped to my fence. Her HOA seal glared like a summons. She didn't knock. She barged, standing in my yard like she owned my pups. You're abusing those dogs, she said, flipping her clipboard with a nail sharp as her smirk. Cops are coming. Abuse? My rescues were legal. Zone free since I moved in, healthier than her yappy mutt. I leaned on a post, sipping coffee, and slid my vet records over. State stamped, bulletproof. Not your yard, Karen, I said, voice flat as a kennel log. They're my family. Her lips twitched. Her eyes glinted like a coyote eyeing a trap. Yards don't run Willow Creek, she purred, venom in her latte-sipping grin. Rules do. Rules bite. Bite? That wasn't a chat. It was a frame-up. I peeled the notice. Scout's growl matched my gut. I figured she'd back off. No dice. By week's end, notices piled. Printed. Official. Absurd. Animal neglect, $500 fine. Noise violation, $400. Community blight, $600. Blight? Their barks were softer than her holiday inflatables. I filed them. Instincts humming. Log the fault. Don't spark. But Karen wasn't tossing darts. She was rigging a bust. She crashed my evening feeding. Duke wagged. Bella chewed a bon. Rusty dug. Her SUV parked like a roadblock. Clara weeded nearby. Jamal fixed a gate. Rosa watered her roses. Karen ignored them, zeroing on me. Her clipboard tapped like a gavel. Those mutts are a menace, she said, voice dripping scorn. Cops will take them away. Us? My pups are my pride, not her lies. I tossed the ball cool as a leash. Records are clean, Karen. You've got no shot. Her grin turned icy. She wasn't debating. She was accusing. Clara whispered she's poison. Jamal nodded. Find my grill, $450 for smoke. Smoke? Karen's eyes dared me to swing. Then it hit. A Tuesday, sirens wailed. Cops rolled up. Karen's call, claiming I was starving and beating my dogs. My blood boiled. Rescuers don't flinch. We protect. She thought she'd won, but her lie had just tripped a switch she couldn't cut. Karen's accusation didn't just sting. It shattered my soul. Calling me an abuser wasn't a jab. It was a full-on smear, targeting my family like they were trash. The fines didn't pile. They choked. Each was a brasher lie. Cruelty to animals, $1,000 fine. Cruelty? I fed them steak, not scraps. Public endangerment, $800. Their wags were sweeter than her lies. Then came neighborhood threat, $1,200, claiming they tanked curb appeal. Appeal? Neighbors tossed them toys, not her venom. I locked them in my safe, instinct screaming. Build the defense, don't fry. But Karen wasn't playing. She was framing. My dogs were her prey. I sniffed a scam. Years saving pups taught me to spot liars. I checked my yard. Kennels were tight, no violations. But signs grew. Clara caught Ted, Karen's lackey, scoping my fence. Said for a survey, she hissed. But he had a camera. Camera. Jamal saw a bar with a contractor, Karen's inspector, packing a phone. Inspector? More like a snitch. I checked my dog bowls. Strange marks, enough to flag. Rosatipme. Karen's at the coffee shop, crowing. Abusers done. Town's clean. Clean? This wasn't a fine. It was slander. Duke, Bella, Rusty, my heart, my fight were a target. That Tuesday, I faced the cops. They checked my dogs, saw wagging tails, full bowls, and left, muttering about false calls. Rage roared, but I thought of my wife. Shine, don't curse. I hit the county code. False cruelty reports were a felony. HOA fines void. Inspiration struck. Why clear my name quietly when I could expose her? Big? I busted bigger rings. I set up hidden cameras. A neighborhood watch, open to all, to catch her lies in my yard, ready to reveal my FBI honor. I moved quiet. Cameras planted, files pulled. Emma, my lawyer pal, was on speed dial. Karen's report was flimsy. HOA couldn't trump law. State code backed me. I'd record first, expose later, letting her strut into my trap. Clara's tip came through. Karen's HOA meeting, her stage to gloat. I lined up footage, my FBI plaque, Jamal's photos. Ted's text read, report filed, boss thrilled. Thrilled? Not for long. Karen thought she'd won. Her perm was a crown. I was the spark. This wasn't a fight. It was a rescue, and her block was about to wag. Willow Creek woke to fury. Neighbors buzzed. My abuse accusation was the talk of the town. I stood by my kennels, leash in hand. My blood surged like a live wire. Faces turned. Clara's eyes welled. You that dog guy? Jamal grinned. Knew you had bite. Karen's HOA cronies, parked nearby, froze. Ted's coffee hit the dirt. Barb's yapper choked mid-yap. Karen lounged by her gate, latte in hand. Her smirk faded. She hadn't known. She hadn't dreamed the guy she'd framed was an FBI-honored rescuer ready to flip her game. I paced my yard. Phoenix stopped. Karen's cruelty email stung like a frayed leash. Her complaints were fraud. No HOA could ban compassion. Laws shielded my pups. Then Rosa dropped a bomb. Got to watch out, but it. Abuser gone. Town saved. She framed me as a monster to prop her clean town cred. Clean? My gut roared. Rescuers don't flinch. We save. I scoured records. Karen's bylaws, pinned solo, had no votes. Fraud, bold as her perm. I dug deeper. Emma pulled HOA files. $200,000 in fines. No receipts. Funneled to Karen's cousin's consulting scam. My watch was bulletproof, untouchable. Then the twist. Saturday dusk. My yard lit up. Chairs, signs, neighbors galore. Our justice watch kicked off. Pause over lies. Save the rescues. I shared vet records, past treats. 100 showed up, then 300, then 1,000. Comments flew. This is right. Karen's cruel. A news van rolled in. Karen flipped. Her ex-post whined about an abuser mob. Mob? I'd save her trap. My cameras hummed. Her lies were caught. Karen's meeting loomed. Her stage to spin lies. I rolled in, plaque ready. My sign was lit. Truth wags, justice stays. She'd lose it, clueless, expecting cheers. I stacked watch stats, Emma's suit. False reporting, fraud, slander. Clara's tip came through. Ted's text read, abuse file, boss thrilled. Thrilled? Not for long. Karen's ex-post crowed. Willow Creek's pure. Pure? She'd slander my heart. I was the truth. This wasn't a fight. It was a bust, and her block was about to bark. Willow Creek's HOA hall was a powder keg. Chairs were stuffed. 6,000 neighbors were packed in. The air crackled like a storm about to burst. Karen stormed to the podium. Her perm was a fortress. She gloated like she'd crushed her foes. We're saving Willow Creek, she crowed. My fines were her trophy. A slide slammed my dogs as abused strays. Standards, she preached. Standards? She'd slander my soul. Neighbors stirred. Clara's fist balled. Rosa's eyes burned. Jamal leaned forward, jaw set. Karen's smirk was steel. She thought she'd own the town. She spun lies. My rescues were tortured. A blight tanking values. Half nodded conned. Half seethed, smelling rot. Floors ate them like dust. Karen glowed. We've cleansed Willow Creek. Cleansed? My move. I rose, plaque in hand. My sign blazed. Truth wags, justice stays. My voice was low, like a bark rising. Karen, got a report to explain? She froze. Her latte splashed. She expected cheers. Rosa hissed, free the truth. I hit the projector. The screen lit up with my yard. 5,000 neighbors, signs high, chanting for justice. Footage rolled. Karen's fines, no vote. Her smirk as she slapped penalties. Then my proof. Hidden cameras caught Ted dumping bones by my fence, staging neglect. Vet records flashed, clean. My FBI plaque shown. Honored in 2015 for animal rescue. The crowd roared. Jamal bellowed. Hero. Karen's face drained. It's fake. I clicked. Linda's USB showed Karen's email. File the abuse. No debate. Claire's clip played. Karen's ex-post. Abuser crushed. Town's mine. Ted's text to Barb. Bones set. Pay up. Neighbors surged. Clara screamed. Liar. My story hit local news, then ABC. Phones flashed like a wildfire. I faced Karen. Plaque raised. You reported me for animal abuse. False reporting. Fraud. Slander. I tossed him his suit. $1 million damages, illegal fines. My dogs were safe. Case 2025, WC 109. You're done. She choked. Values. Cops rolled in. My call from Dawn. Sheriff Klein stepped up. Cuffs gleamed. Karen, you're under arrest. Click. Cuffs snapped on her. Ted Barb. They were dragged through jeers. Karen wailed. You can't. We did. The hall erupted. Cheers, fist high. Jamal Rosa. Clara's laugh was wild. Linda yelled. HOA's done. The vote was unanimous. Bylaws were torched. Karen's crown was ash. Our watch was the flame. Rosa's clip hit 100 million views. Neighbors chanted, justice. I stood by my sign. My dogs' hearts were alive in their roar. Willow Creek wasn't hers. It was ours. Truth was the brightest wag. Karen's cuffs didn't just clip her ego. They scorched her empire. Willow Creek roared. Neighbors spilled into streets. They hugged, laughed. Clara tossed biscuits like confetti. Deputies hauled Ted out. His strut was crushed. Karen sobbed. It's a setup. Setup? Her report told the truth. The DA piled on. False reporting, fraud, slander. Charges stacked like crates. My suit gutted her HOA. $1.5 million in fines. No votes, pure scam. Money funneled to her cousin's consulting racket. No receipts. Karen's lackey flipped. He named 100 scams. Dog sheds, all fined. All tied to her sister-in-law's Creek Realty. Clara's fence, hit in 22, wasn't unsafe. Barb's text bragged. Paid off. Rosa's roses, fine last spring with the same game. 100 neighbors spoke. X exploded. Hashtag Creek Justice spiked to 100 million posts. Tales spread from Texas to Maine. The council froze her accounts. $90 million was seized. Her kennel was raided, revealing neglect. Her realty was a front for scams. Karen faced 70 years. Her plea died when Barb spilled $3 million in bribes. Karen's name was on each. Willow Creek didn't gawk. NBC ran Rescuer's Truth. We saved, laugh, moved on. The HOA collapsed. The board bailed. Bylaws burned. Neighbors raided the office. They unearthed $80 million in fines. Karen's piggy bank for cruises, funded by Clara's birdbath, Rosa's tulips. Leela to vote. New council, no fines, just trust. Karen's standards? Smashed. Our watch shone. Clara clapped my shoulder. Your wife would be proud. Proud? I felt her, urging me to save on. Duke, Bella, Rusty thrived. Their barks echoed louder. I expanded my rescue haven. Neighbors chipped in. The pain lingered, but their wags healed us all. Willow Creek didn't just heal. It barked. Our rescue haven, now 100 strong, fills my yard every weekend. We foster, train, share stories, no fines, all pride. Neighbors pitch in. Clara brings treats. Rosa, bead spins. Jamal crafts beds. Hank adds grit. It's not a yard. It's us unbowed. The haven's a beacon. Folks join from across town. Their smiles warm my soul. Karen? She's a ghost. Her curtains stay shut. I catch her peeking at her pups. My yard hosts joyful mornings. Kids toss balls. Strangers adopt dogs. I stand at dusk. Duke wags. Bella naps. Rusty digs. My wife's love burns bright, fiercer than ash. Justice isn't loud. It's a wag, a town that stands firm. Got an HOA horror story? A Karen who tried to frame your heart? Drop it in the comments. Share your wildest clash we are watching from. I read every one, hungry for your fire. Did this truth light you up? Smash that like. It's wiring justice to the grid. Share with your crew, neighbors, even the guy with the loud truck. New here? Subscribe, hit the bell. We're chasing more wins, laughs, and grit. I want you in the pack. Thanks for standing with me in Willow Creek. Keep shining, fighting, crushing nonsense. Catch you next. Stay tough, stay true.